My name's Tom Manning. I'm 25 years old and I'm from the United States. I live in Connecticut. 2 years ago I came to Kunming. The first year I came here, I came as a teacher. My reasons for leaving were that it's not a great time to be in America, and I wanted to see the world. So coming to China, especially to Kunming, was a very good experience. I'd say that in the first year, what I focused on most was trying to be open to new experiences, which I found many of. I made many Chinese friends who were very kind and helpful to me and my not understanding Chinese at the time. They were very patient and they helped me to learn. During that first year, I was a teacher at Kunming University, and 3 days a week I was teaching, and the rest of the time I was with my friends, studying on my own time, trying to learn as many words as I could. But what I was missing was grammar, so I didn't really have the ability to speak any Chinese. So August of last year, I returned back home because I missed my family. But after a few months, I came back to Kunming with the intention of studying here at Keats. Initially, I heard of Keats through my friend, Tai Meshes, who is also another student here. His ability with Chinese is quite a bit better than mine because he's been studying for over 7 years. Initially, my impression of Keats was that it was a very professional institution. They handled everything very well. Initially, our teacher, Yu Laoshi, he started off by judging the level of our class, and he found that we were a little at the beginnings, at the start. And so we were given another teacher, Huang Laoshi, who has honestly done a fantastic job at teaching all of us. I think we have maybe 8 students in our classroom. Usually, though, there's maybe 7 or 6 in every class, every day at least. And in the class, what we tend to focus on are new words, usually at the start of the week, and then we'll take some time to do exercises in the classroom, a lot of different exercises that really get the class interacting with each other, which I find very helpful and stimulating, because in the past I've had a lot of trouble with learning languages. I've tried Spanish, I've tried to learn French, even German and Latin. And with all languages, I gave up because, well, the teaching methods as well as the language itself didn't really agree with me. But from my experience so far, after 3 months at Keats School, I find great joy, I can honestly say, in learning Chinese. Most particularly the grammar. That's what we spent the majority of our first section this semester in learning, because as it turned out, most of the students in my class didn't know any grammar. And so because of this reason, Huang Laoshi had to take a very unusual tact in teaching the class, having to work without a textbook. But as I imagine, having been a teacher myself, drawing from many different books and ideas, but that requires a lot of extra work and care on her part to really make the class work. Because without a textbook, it's not like there's directions that are leading you with every step. It's something that the teacher has to do themselves. And so every week, near the end of the week, what we do is a review of what we've learned that week with different activities and things like that. And I imagine from a teacher's perspective, it's also very good for judging what the students have learned that week and what needs to be spent more time studying or what can be moved on to the next item. This year, my life in Kunming, has been centered mostly around the study, as well as personal study. I'm a free runner, and I do parkour and martial arts, and I find all of these things have a very good reception in China. When I'm not in school, I'm either studying, like I said, or with friends doing parkour or free running, or visiting my friends who have their own shops and have their own work that they do around the city. Kunming is a very walking-friendly city. I walk to school every day. I walk back from school. And I can really say I honestly enjoy it. Now that it's after 3 months, I would say that at the start of this year, my Chinese level was pretty much at a 0. But now, I mean, for the most part, I'm able to recognize and understand many characters that I see around the city. I can understand a lot of conversation, though there are still things I don't know, obviously. But I am impassioned to continue learning Chinese and hopefully one day be able to speak fluently. So thank you, and yeah, that's me. That's my story.